Your cat could sleep anywhere in the house, on the couch, inside the laundry basket, across a folded blanket, or in that warm patch near the window. Yet night after night, when the room is dark and you are almost asleep, they step onto the bed and choose the small space beside you. It seems ordinary, maybe even routine, but for a cat, choosing where to rest is rarely meaningless. So why that spot, and why you every single night? Most people explain this in the simplest way. Your cat sleeps beside you because you are warm. And yes, warmth can be part of it, because cats naturally seek comfortable places to rest. But if warmth were the whole story, your cat would have plenty of other choices. They could curl up in sunlight by the window, stretch across a laptop, bury themselves in a blanket, claim the soft couch, or settle into a pile of laundry fresh from the dryer. So the real question is not why your cat wants warmth, but why they keep choosing your warmth. When a cat sleeps, they have to lower their guard, even if only slightly, and that makes the place they choose more meaningful than it seems. Cats often rest where the space feels familiar, where the scent is safe, and where they can still feel some control over their surroundings. If your cat returns to your side again and again, you may have become part of their safe zone. And if they suddenly stop doing that one day, that change may matter more than you think later in this quiet story. Because the choice itself says something important about the way your cat experiences the world. Cats are careful observers, constantly reading changes in space, movement, scent, and routine, even when they appear relaxed. While awake, they can turn, retreat, hide, or watch from a distance, but sleep asks them to give up some of that control. That is why the place they choose to rest is rarely just random. You may have thought they simply liked your blanket, or maybe you have even felt annoyed when they took the best part of the bed. But from your cat's side, returning to you night after night can mean they have tested this place many times and found the same answer. Here feels safe. They are not just resting near a body, they are resting near someone their instincts have learned not to fear. In a world where cats are always ready to run, sleeping beside you in that quiet, vulnerable moment may mean they finally don't feel like they have to. And that feeling of safety does not stop at the edge of the bed, because for your cat, closeness is also built through scent. When you come home, your shoes, sleeves, bag, and hands may carry traces of places and people your cat does not recognize. So when they sniff you, press their face against your leg, rub their head along your hand, or lean their body into yours. It may look like simple affection, but it can also be their way of making you familiar again. Cats have scent glands around the face, cheeks, forehead, body, and base of the tail, and when they rub against you, they can leave behind a scent that feels known and safe. This is not only about marking territory, it can also be a social, friendly, bonding behavior. To humans, home is often a place we see, but to cats, home is also something they smell. When they sleep beside you, your scent and theirs share the same space. To your cat, you do not just look like home, you smell like home. Once your scent becomes part of that shared comfort, the exact place your cat chooses on the bed can add another layer to the message. A cat sleeping near your feet may want closeness without giving up independence, staying connected to you while keeping enough space to move if something changes. A cat sleeping near your head may be drawn to your familiar scent, warmth, and breathing rhythm, which can make that spot feel more personal and secure, though it does not always mean they are trying to protect you. If your cat faces the door, they may simply feel better when they can watch the entrance and understand what is happening around them, like a tiny night watch, choosing a position that feels controlled. And when they sleep against your back, lean into your side, or press their body into yours, the meaning can be both practical and emotional, because warmth, touch, and trust often overlap for cats in ways owners often overlook during their quiet nightly resting ritual. None of these positions has one perfect translation, but each one can reveal how your cat balances safety with affection. They are choosing distance carefully, and for some cats, love is measured in how little space they leave between you. And once you notice where your cat sleeps, the next thing to notice is how their body settles into that space. A curled-up cat may simply be staying warm, but that tight shape also protects the belly and other sensitive areas, so it can suggest comfort with a small layer of caution still wrapped around it. A cat stretched long across the bed is showing a more relaxed body, taking up space instead of making themselves small, which often means the room feels comfortable enough for them to loosen their guard. When a cat sleeps with their belly exposed, the meaning can feel even stronger because the stomach is one of the most vulnerable parts of the body. Still, that does not always mean they want a belly rub because comfort is not the same as permission. If your cat turns their back toward you, try not to read it as rejection, since for many cats, not needing to watch you can be a sign that you are not seen as a threat. And when they press against you, wedge into your side, or sleep with no space left between you, warmth, touch, and attachment may all be working together. None of these positions is a perfect code, but each can reveal a little more about trust. Tonight, notice how your cat sleeps, then tell us which one they do. That trust does not only appear at night. Over time, it can shape the small routines your cat builds around your life. Cats are often most active around dawn and dusk, but domestic cats can adjust their habits around the home they live in, especially when food, play, attention, and rest happen at predictable times. That is why your cat may lie near your desk while you work, appear when you start closing the day, wait near the door when you usually come home, or wake around the same time your alarm is about to begin. This does not mean your cat rewrites their entire biology just for you, but many cats do learn the rhythm of the people they trust. They begin to understand when your attention is available, when the room becomes calmer, when your presence becomes part of their map, and when being close to you feels easiest too. In that way, your cat does not just learn where you live, they learn when you are there. That same rhythm becomes even more meaningful on the days when you are not quite yourself. Maybe you come home later than usual, move more slowly, say less, skip the things you normally do, and lie down with a heaviness your cat has never heard explained. Your cat may not know the story behind your sadness, and they are not reading your mind, but they can notice changes in the way you speak, move, breathe, sit, and respond to the world around you. They may also react to small shifts in routine, posture, facial expression, or scent, because to a cat, familiar patterns matter. So when they appear beside you and settle nearby, it may not be magic, and it may not mean they understand everything, but it can still mean they noticed something is different. They may not understand your pain, but they can still choose to stay near it when you need quiet company the very most somehow. But it is important to remember that not every cat shows trust in the same way. Some cats love their owners deeply and still prefer sleeping alone because they want a quieter space, more room to stretch, or less movement from blankets, turning bodies, or restless nights. A cat does not have to sleep on your bed to trust you. For rescue cats, or cats that have been abandoned before, closeness may arrive slowly. At first, they may sleep under the bed, then near the bedroom door, then on the edge of the mattress, and only much later beside your feet. With some cats, trust moves 1 inch closer every night. Older cats may change too, not because the bond is gone, but because jumping hurts, joints feel stiff, or lower places feel safer. Sometimes your cat did not stop loving your bed. Their body simply stopped making it easy to reach you in quite the way they once could. But what if your cat used to sleep beside you every night and then suddenly stopped? That does not always mean something is wrong, but it does mean something changed. Sometimes the reason is physical: pain, illness, age, stiff joints, low energy, or simply the difficulty of jumping onto the bed can make a cat choose a lower, easier place. Sometimes the reason is environmental, like a new person, a new pet, a baby, a different blanket, a changed room, unfamiliar perfume, detergent, candles, cleaning products, or a bedroom that no longer feels predictable. And sometimes the reason is emotional, because your cat may remember being startled, accidentally kicked while you slept, bothered by another animal, or made uneasy in a space that once felt safe. The answer is not to force them back. Watch their appetite, litter box habits, energy, and comfort, make the room calm, give older cats easier access, and if the change is sudden or paired with other signs, ask a vet. Help them feel safe enough to choose you again, on their own quiet terms. So when your cat chooses that place beside you, try not to see it as only a habit. Cats do not say love the way we do. They say it through the space they choose, the scent they leave, the moments they stay close when you are not yourself, and even the times they step away. Night after night, that quiet choice may have been love in their language too.